You are literally flushing your hard-earned muscle gains down the toilet every time you skip a meal, if you do not understand how your body actually processes protein.
Most people will tell you that eating once a day is a guaranteed way to look thin and weak, but they are completely wrong about the science of human metabolism. In this video, we are going to break down the exact blueprint for staying strong and building mass while only eating one single meal every 24 hours. I am going to show you how to hit your protein targets without feeling like you are about to explode and why your workout timing is the make or break factor for your physique.
We are also going to look at the secret chemistry of muscle protein synthesis that the old school bodybuilders ignored for decades. By the time we finish, you will know how to use your biology as a tool for growth rather than a reason for restriction.
Let's start with the biggest fear everyone has, which is the idea that your body will start eating its own muscle the moment you feel a little bit hungry. This is a massive misunderstanding of how we evolved as humans, because our ancestors frequently went days without food while needing to stay strong for the hunt.
If our bodies melted away our muscles every time we skipped breakfast, the human race would have gone extinct thousands of years ago in the wild.
The truth is that muscle preservation during a fast is controlled by specific hormones that actually increase when you stop eating for a short period. However, you cannot just wing it and hope for the best, because there is a very real threshold you have to hit to stay in an anabolic state. The most important foundation of this entire strategy is your daily protein intake, because protein is the literal building block of every fiber in your biceps. If you are following a one-meal-a-day protocol, your protein requirement does not magically decrease just because your eating window is smaller.
You should be aiming for roughly 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein for every single kilogram of your total body weight.
For a man weighing 80 kilograms, that means you need to pack about 160 grams of protein into one sitting. This sounds like a lot of food because it is, and this is where most people fail and end up losing their muscle mass over time. Think about a guy named Mark, who started this journey weighing 200 pounds and just ate a giant bowl of pasta for his one meal. Mark lost weight quickly, but he looked soft and tired because he gave his body amino acids to repair the damage from his workouts.
Contrast that with Sarah, who focused on a massive plate of steak and eggs, providing her body with the specific nutrients needed to signal growth.
To hit these high numbers, you need to prioritize high-quality animal proteins like chicken, lean beef, wild-caught fish, and whole eggs.
Eggs are often called the gold standard of protein because they have a perfect amino acid profile that your body can use very efficiently.
If you are plant-based, you have to be even more strategic by combining things like tofu, lentils, and hemp seeds to ensure you get a complete profile. The challenge is the sheer volume of food, so you might need to use a high-quality whey protein shake to bridge the gap without feeling overly stuffed.
Now we have to talk about how you actually construct this massive meal, because it is not just about the protein.
You need calories to fuel the process of building muscle, and if you are in a massive deficit, your body will eventually downregulate your metabolism. Complex carbohydrates are your best friend here because they replenish the glycogen stores in your muscles that get tapped out during your fast. Think about foods like roasted sweet potatoes, quinoa, or a big bowl of oats mixed with berries and honey.
These carbs provide the energy you need for your next training session and help drive that protein into your muscle cells using insulin. Don't forget about healthy fats like avocados, walnuts, and olive oil, which are essential for keeping your testosterone levels high.
Low-fat diets are a disaster for muscle growth because your hormones need those fats to function as the chemical messengers for repair.
I always recommend starting your meal with the protein first to ensure you hit that goal before your stomach tells your brain that you are full. If you fill up on salad and water first, you might run out of room for the steak, which is a mistake that will cost you your gains.
This brings us to the most controversial part of the plan, which is the timing of your actual training session.
A lot of people ask if they should work out in the morning or right before they eat their big meal in the evening. The science suggests that training about 1 to 2 hours before your meal is the absolute golden window for muscle preservation.
When you lift weights in a fasted state, your body increases its production of growth hormone to protect your tissues from breaking down. Then, when you finally eat that massive meal shortly after your workout, your insulin sensitivity is at an all-time high. This means your body acts like a sponge, soaking up every gram of protein and carbohydrate you feed it to begin the repair process immediately.
If you train at 6 in the morning but don't eat until 6 in the evening, you are leaving your muscles in a catabolic state for too long.
When it comes to the actual exercises, we need to focus on heavy, compound movements that recruit the most amount of muscle fibers. We are talking about the big three: squats, deadlifts, and bench presses, along with overhead presses and weighted pull-ups.
These movements trigger a massive systemic response that tells your body it needs to keep its muscle because life is getting physically hard.
You don't need to spend 3 hours in the gym, but you do need to make those 45 minutes count with high intensity. I recommend aiming for 3 to 4 intense sessions per week, rather than trying to go every single day.
Since you are only eating once, your recovery capacity might be slightly lower than someone eating 5 meals a day, so rest is a weapon.
This leads us into the science of recovery and something called muscle protein synthesis, or MPS for short.
Many people think MPS only happens for an hour after you eat, but research shows it can stay elevated for up to 48 hours after a hard workout. This is why you don't instantly shrink when you are fasting, as long as you provided enough total nutrients in your previous 24-hour cycle. Deep sleep is also where the real magic happens, as this is when your body releases the most testosterone and repair hormones.
If you are doing everything right with your diet but only sleeping 5 hours a night, you are essentially fighting with one hand tied behind your back. Hydration is another forgotten element that can make you look flat and weak even if you're doing everything else perfectly. Muscles are mostly water, and when you are fasting, your body flushes out electrolytes like sodium and potassium much faster than normal. If you feel weak during your fasted workout, it is usually an electrolyte issue rather than a lack of calories or sugar. Try adding a pinch of high-quality sea salt to your water throughout the day to keep your blood volume up and your muscle pumps strong. Now, we need to address the very real challenge of balancing fat loss with muscle preservation. The beauty of this lifestyle is that it makes fat loss almost effortless because it is hard to overeat your calories in just one sitting. However, if you see your strength levels in the gym starting to plummet week after week, that is a major red flag. Losing a little bit of energy is normal, but losing the ability to lift your usual weights means you are likely losing actual muscle tissue.
If this happens, you need to increase the caloric density of your one meal by adding more fats or calorie-dense starches.
Let's bust a few myths that keep people from trying this, starting with the idea of starvation mode. Your metabolism does not crash because you skip lunch. In fact, short-term fasting can actually slightly increase your metabolic rate. Another myth is that the human body can only absorb 30 grams of protein at one time.
If that were true, our ancestors would have died off because they often had to eat 5 pounds of meat at once after a successful hunt. Your gut is incredibly efficient and will simply slow down digestion to ensure it absorbs every single amino acid you give it.
The anabolic window is also much larger than the fitness magazines told us in the 90s, spanning hours rather than minutes.
To make this practical, I want to give you the protein-first rule for breaking your fast every single day.
Start with something light, like a small bowl of bone broth or a few bites of chicken to wake up your digestive enzymes.
Then, move into your main protein source and follow it up with your complex carbohydrates and healthy fats last.
Look for foods high in an amino acid called leucine, which acts like a chemical light switch for muscle growth. Whey protein, beef, and Greek yogurt are all very high in leucine and should be staples in your muscle-building pantry.
If you find that doing this 7 days a week is too difficult, you can try something called OMAD cycling.
This is where you eat one meal a day for 5 days during the work week, but move to a larger eating window on the weekends. This prevents your body from fully adapting to the restriction and can help keep your social life and sanity intact.
Consistency is the only thing that matters in the long run, so pick a schedule that you can actually stick to for 6 months. Building muscle while fasting is not a sprint, it is a calculated architectural project that requires the right materials and the right timing.
If you keep your protein high, your training heavy, and your sleep consistent, you will be shocked at how your body transforms.
You don't have to be a slave to a Tupperware container to have a physique that people admire.
Click the next video on your screen to see my full OMAD playlist for more meal ideas.